Hey guys, welcome back to Anderson's Garage. I'm Jim, and today I'm going to share a few tips with you that I was taught along the way and some things I picked up on the internet, and hopefully they help you out. Be sure to leave us a comment below of things that you've picked up along the way that may help somebody else out, or another way to do something you saw me do. Alright, so we all know what a pain in the butt this loom is to work with sometimes, especially when it's older, it's all dirty, it's underneath the truck. You're underneath the truck and you got to get it together. Tape on the end of it. Here's the trick. Get you a good wrench started. There you go. It's a done deal.
So say you're working on a pesky bell housing bolt. We all know that it's in there, so we've got our extension set up, 2 extensions. Now usually you just go right in and and then it falls. To get past that, a good solution for making sure your bolt doesn't just fall out of the socket is to use a small piece of plastic. We just go ahead and put her over, put her on, and now we can flip it, we can do all sorts of stuff with it. It ain't going anywhere.
Alright, so we're all familiar with this game with the torque screws and the brake rotor, and it's always rounded out from the last guy, and it's a bummer to get it out. There's a lot of solutions for this. The one I always go to is my little body hammer and the chisel. And if you try and catch this edge, try and get the chisel started, get you a little edge right there. There you go, started turning. We can even do it again, but we don't need it. That's all there is to it. You could probably even take it out with your chisel. So there you go. The object is get that angle just right and it'll spin it loose. Alright, so you're working on a wheel bearing hub assembly. You're not sure if it's bad or not. You need to get it off without destroying it. As soon as you start cracking it with a hammer on the outside, it's junk. You'll never know if it was any good or not once you have it off. So the trick with this is to use your air hammer or a hammer and chisel, you can do that too, or a hammer and punch on the ears, and you want to try and work this bearing back and forth in the steering knuckle until it slides out, and then you haven't damaged the bearing itself. And you can hold it in your hand and yep, it is bad. If you have any grit at all when it's in your hand, if there's any noise or you feel grittiness in it, it's junk. Once you get the weight of the car on it, it's going to make all sorts of noise. Alright, so we're going to start a siphon. We've got to link the hose. We cut a little slit in one end of the hose in the side of it. So just stick this in your radiator, if that's what you're starting the siphon on. Here's our slit in the hose. We'll just jam that in there, face it down. There you go. There's your siphon. No mess. Alright, so this next one, a lot of people are going to balk. Just use aviation sealant or some RTV. I get it. Maybe you're in a place where you don't have access to it. Maybe you're in the woods. I don't know, but I was showed this a long time ago and it's awesome. So your valve cover gasket isn't going to stay in place when you hold the valve cover upside down. Simple, easy solution. Piece of wire. And we're just going to bare back a whole bunch of it here. Maybe. This is some good wire. Okay, maybe this ain't going to work. There we go. Cut a long strand like that. You can slide it through your hole like this and just tie it on. Tighten it up real good. So you've got it all tied on. Now you can hold it upside down. Everything will go right into place. Lined up at the holes. You can use it on a transmission pan. Anything with a cork or rubber gasket should work just fine for. I'm not sure about the plastic ones. And we'll move on to another one. We've got this bolt we've got to get in way down here on the back side of the motor, and as you can guess, it's just not going to stay. Now, I've heard people say use a magnet, which is great, except I'm not going to put a magnet in every single one of my sockets, so we'll use the plastic like before. Now the bolt stays in, but the next problem is our universal. It's just kind of worn out, so you guys have probably seen this. We'll throw an O-ring on it, slide that down right there. Check this out though. So it's still just as sloppy. I know, say find a new, you get another O-ring. Well, I've been through like 5 O-rings. Here's what I've always done. It'll still flex. You can kind of put it in the position you want. Everything's held together. It's not limp anymore. Hopefully we can get our bolt started. So there you go. If the O-ring doesn't work, put some tape on it. I hope you enjoyed those tips and tricks. Maybe it'll help somebody out. And if you have some ideas or some things that you've learned along the way, please let us know. We'll give some of those a try. So thanks for watching.